Alrighty, guys. Hopefully you all can hear me. If you can, please put a comment in the chat and let me know. Yes, I do know the chat is private. It's done that way for a reason. But if you all can hear me, please let me know. All right, cool. Valerie, you can hear me. Perfect. Shannon, Tiffany. All right. Alrighty, guys. So top flight security. Oh, okay, y'all. I love it. All right, guys. So what we are going to do is go over some changes. They're not massive changes, so I don't want anybody to freak out. And we're going to go over some things that are coming up in the future. You know, as always, Team NEOS has always been, at the forefront of making sure that our members have everything that they need. Our business, our team leaders have always been ones who promote the business first before you start trying to promote everything else out of, under the sun. Make money for yourself first before you start trying to be, the biggest affiliate on the planet. If you're going to be a partner, you're going to be an affiliate, hey, there's no issue with that. But make sure that your money is right at home first. Make sure that you're working the business before you start to bring other people in and everything like that. Make sure you have a good grasp on what it is that you're doing. So with that whole, spiel being said, we've been working on some things in the background that we've gotten to a point where we want to show you all and get everybody included. We don't like things to get stagnant. We don't like people to start popping up with rumors and stuff like that. We prefer to squash all of that. We're not a drama team. We're not a rumor team. We prefer everybody just be just aware of what's going on exactly. All right. So we're going to share some things with you all. And it's, like I said, it's nothing scary, nothing, nothing's going to just make you all go crazy. All right. So the very first thing that we want to share with you all is our new updated website. Okay. Some of you may have seen it already. Some of you may have not, but it's actually called, let me see, before I actually tell you what it's called, let me see if I can share my screen. Alrighty. Hold on, I haven't shared it yet. I know everybody's like, I don't see anything. Wait a second, no, it's coming. All right. All right, so hopefully you can see my screen. It is our website, okay? It's a new updated website. It's still NEOS. It is called NEOS Central, okay? The reason we have this website up and the reason we've called it NEOS Central is because, as you all know, NEOS has started to encompass way more than just a Facebook group, right? It's way more than just people selling on eBay and Amazon. It's a lot more. It's a whole community. It's a movement. It's just business owners doing awesome things. All right. So NEOS Central is going to be our home base of operations, I guess you can say. All right. So hopefully you all see it. If you can stay on the webinar screen versus going and opening it yourself just yet. I mean, I'm not going to deter you from opening it, but that way you can see what I'm going through while I explain it. The website's there, it's up. You guys will be able to just, go crazy with it and whatnot after the fact, all right? So this is our home screen. This is going to be not just for you all, but for anybody coming into the NEOS environment, all right? NEOS, of course, we've always said it, no excuses, only solutions. What we've done now is we've used the same name, all right? It's still NEOS, but we've updated it to No Excuses Online Services. How much of a coincidence does that still work? Okay, seriously, think about that. It's fate. How just crazy is that still works? It's nuts, right? And honestly, when we came up with NEOS back at the end of 2013, had no idea that it would come to like an online services type deal. But hey, it did, and it worked, and it plays right into our whole e-commerce thing. All right. So on the website, we focus on exactly what NEOS does. We still focus on e-commerce, all right? So on this website, we go into training, we go into e-commerce, and we go into events. We've been doing events since 2014, all right? We had our very first event in Houston in 2014. Then we did the second annual one in Houston in 15. We did it again in 2016. And, guys, we're getting ready to come into, of course, excuse me, 2017. We're getting ready to come into 2018, and we're going to do it again. All right. So we're not going to change any of that. We've gotten really good feedback from all of the events. The events have gotten better and better. If anybody attended the Ninja event back in 2014, woo, I don't know how we fit all of y'all in that little bitty hotel room, but we did. It was great. All right. So we've grown from that little 30-person event to multiple hundreds of people. Okay. And that's great. It's all about putting in a foundation for not just our members, but for anybody that you all are interacting with as well. All right. And getting people into the business, getting people familiar with working from home, and understand that it's not a scheme. It's not a scam, not a pyramid scheme, all that stuff. It's something that actually works. All right, guys. So with NEOS Central, remember, No Excuses Online Services, it's going into all of the different aspects of what Team NEOS is. Okay. So if you scroll down, I'm going to scroll down, but it's basically going into all of the services and tools that we have for e-commerce members. Okay. We go into the training. Okay. We go into the e-commerce, and then of course we go into the events. All right. And I am going to come and click these other buttons in a little bit, but I want you guys to see just what's on the website. All right. So we did include some images down here. If there's any images that you all want to have added to the site, by all means, guys, just let us know. So we're going to add a whole lot more. And, hey, guys, keep them coming. Keep posting them in the group. Some of these are from some of our events. Some of them are from some members that have done some crazy things out there with the shopping for profits and whatnot. This is from our Orlando event. It's just a lot of images and stuff like that. So I'm not going to go through each one. You guys can go through that on your own time. All right. So let's come back up here and let's start exploring what these different tabs are. All right. So under the training, just so that you all are aware, okay, we have not left Infinii. Infinii is not folding. Infinii is not going bankrupt. There's nothing wrong with Infinii. One thing that everybody has to understand is that just because you don't see and hear from the owners of the company, that does not mean the company is gone. If you think about it, you listening to Hitesh or Kevin on a webinar doesn't really do anything for your sales. It doesn't make you sell more on eBay. It doesn't make your inventory just go crazy at an Amazon warehouse. It does absolutely nothing. Of course, everybody gets the warm fuzzies. They like hearing these people, but guys, that does not change the fact that your business still moves forward. It does not change, excuse me, that the tools and training that you paid for are still available. It kills me when I hear people saying that, oh, Infinii is down, it's going away, blah, blah, blah. It's not. Everything that you paid for is still there. The tools, the training is still there. If anybody saw the post that I made earlier in the group, I listed over 200 things in a matter of 30 minutes. That was using the eBay lister in the back office. Okay. So everything is still there. Everything still works. As a matter of fact, they're still improving it. So let everybody know that it's not going away. There's nothing wrong there. You're just not hearing from the owners, and rightfully so. You shouldn't have to, right? We all sell on Amazon, or most of us sell on Amazon. We don't hear from Jeff Bezos or whatever his name is. We don't hear from him on a weekly basis, and we still give them all of our business, right? We're not running around spreading all kind of stuff about them. So, we just need to make sure that we understand that business is still business. You are responsible for your business. If getting the tools and the training is going to help you make money, guys, the tools and the training is still there. Okay. That's never left. Okay. It's never left. So I just wanted to make sure that we all cleared that up a little bit. If you have any questions, by all means, ask us, ask the leader, ask us, ask in the group. We'll never hide anything from you. That's one thing. It doesn't do any good for us to hide anything from you guys, right? If you have a question, just let it be known. It's no big deal. But I just want to make sure that we squash any of those rumors. I know why they started. TWN, or the Wealth Network, if anybody is familiar with that, they are the former FSN people, the Freedom Success Network from the DSD days and the early Infinii days, which were previously part of UOP. Guys, there's a history behind all of that. But the Wealth Network, of course, did release a product or a platform. The platform is very similar to what Infinii offers, okay? So Once again, we'll never knock whatever platform you choose. That's 100% up to you. Some of you may have noticed that in the Facebook group, we did take the word Infinii out of the group. We didn't do that because we're parting with Infinii. We didn't do that because we're taking Team NEOS and we're going to start promoting something else to you all. No, that's not how we roll. Anybody that knows us, then you know that we don't opportunity hop. We don't bounce around. We don't continuously shove links down your face. So that's just not that's just not who we are as a team. So the reason we took out Infinii from the name is because we are an e-commerce group. And on top of that, we didn't want to alienate any of our members. Everybody in here knows that we are a very close-knit group of people. You can see that if you've ever attended any of our live events, then you know we're a huge family. Even though we may only see each other a couple times a year at these events, we're still a large family and it's fun to be around. So with that being said, we do know that there are people that are going to jump over to the Wealth Network or whatever other program pops up next. The reason we took Infinii out of the name is so that we don't have to lose all of our members. So if somebody wants to go to the Wealth Network, guys, that's 100% up to you. Okay? Make sure you're doing it for the right reasons. Make sure you're going to actually use the training. Okay? Because the worst thing you can do is not use Infinii. Stop paying for Infinii, go over to the Wealth Network, start paying them, and still not use the training. That's a shame on you moment because you're wasting money. Now, if you're going to use the training, guys, use it, okay? The only thing that we will require is that you still remain a NEOS member. What do we mean by that? That means you have to still be under a NEOS member to stay in the group. So hopefully that makes sense. So the reason, once again, that we took the name, particular company name out of our group was so that we could open up to any of our relevant NEOS family members in e-commerce, okay? So yes, we will check. As you all know, the leaders do go through there and boot people whenever they are inactive. And there's a reason for it, guys. Our leaders offer a lot of training. You know, you've got Norman, Renata, Nicole, you've got all these guys doing these Q&A sessions. Guys, that takes time out of their day. You know, this isn't free. You have to be a paid member on one of these platforms under an existing NEOS member to stay in the know. Okay, so make sure that your accounts are active. Make sure that you're being active, and make sure that you're just not wasting money, right? Because there's plenty of money to be made, but there's also plenty of money to be wasted. So make sure that you're not out there just wasting money blatantly. Okay, so let me get off my soapbox. Hopefully that answered a lot of the questions for you all. But let me get back to the NEOS Central site. Okay, so the NEOS Central site under training, it's all the training that we offer as a team. Okay, so of course you've got the no excuses one. All right, so if you come here, it's going to actually take you to our Hangout page. Okay, so it'll actually take you here to our last Hangout. All right, so hopefully you all are familiar with this particular page here. All right. If you go down to Infinii, if any of you guys are partners, then you know that we often rotate links. So we have an actual Infinii join link here on the central page. And what we'll do is we'll rotate the partners in there. So if you are a partner, if you're an active partner, now this isn't just free for any partner out there. You have to be an active and actively promoting partner. You know, like I've said many times, we're not just going to waste resources on people who are not active. Okay, you have to be active. If you are an active partner, we will go in there and throw your link in so that you can get a little bit of the organic traffic that's popping through there. I don't even know how long it's been. About 6 months to a year ago, we were doing a lot of campaigns. We did a bus campaign not a bus, it was a train campaign in Atlanta. We've done a lot of paid traffic and stuff like that. So if there's a demand for it, guys, we can always start that up again, get it running through this, and start getting some more generic organic traffic going through there and some paid clicks going through there. All right. The other one is Book Boss. Of course, we know our own leader, Derek Strickland, has a course out there, and it is the Book Boss course. So, of course, we'll pop that one out there as well. If we have any other team members that are producing courses, if we have any leaders that are producing courses, guys, we'll We have no issues promoting from within the team. Now, I will say this. We're not just going to continue to promote in not what do I want to say? Let me word this properly. We're not going to promote things that are not e-commerce related. We are not going to promote other MLMs. It's not happening. Okay. If you have something that legitimately can help a team member promote e-commerce, do well in their business, and you are a NEOS member, we've got no problems with putting that as a link on our training. Okay. So just make sure that we popped out there. I see a bunch of y'all commenting in here about the being active. I'm not talking to anybody specific. It's just a generic thing. If you are going to be inactive, then every once in a while the leaders do go through the list and they chop people out. If you ever do become active again, just let somebody know and they'll bring you right back in. But like I said, the reason for that is because we're doing a lot of work. And we have to be able to be compensated for that at some form or fashion. We can't just train the world. Otherwise, our group wouldn't be private. We would just have it open and anybody can come in there. But there's some exclusivity to our group because there's a lot of things that we give y'all that no one else gets. Okay? All right. So currently right now, we just have those 3. And like I said, if we have some other courses that pop through from NEOS members that are e-commerce related, guys, we have no problems. We will pop those up there on this site in an instant. Let's move over to the e-commerce side. So we're going to be here for a minute. I already know it. So some of you have already figured it out. I don't know how, but the bird's been, let out the cage a couple times already. But we do have some e-commerce tools and services available to the team. Okay. Joan, no, you do not need to switch. She's actually a NEOS member as well, so you're fine. All right, so under the e-commerce tab, guys, we've got 2 new sites, and we have a 3rd one coming up pretty soon. There are some rumors, stuff like that, the Witherspoons left Infinii, No, we're still in Infinii. What we did do is relinquish our corporate roles. And there was a reason why we made that decision. It was so that we could focus more on our e-commerce. Working in that position, it kind of took away from us being able to do our own business. And, at the end of the day, we're responsible for us, right? So we're still here to support our team members. We'll still support the e-commerce community as a whole. We always have, we always will. But as far as being tied to a particular location, no, we're not. So like I said, we'll never lie. We'll keep everything, straightforward with everybody. So no, we're no longer employed by that particular company, but we're not parted ways with that company. We're still affiliates with Infinii. We still help with training. We'll do whatever they need us to do, right? No issues there whatsoever. We're still in the training videos. So, we're still in DSD training videos. So there was no negativity as to why we stepped down. The reason we stepped down was to better our business, to focus on things that are going to be more beneficial for us as a household, as a family, as a team, right? So that's the reason why. All right. So if we come here to the e-commerce tools and services, there's 2 big ones that should just stick out to you immediately. Everything on here works together. Okay, so the first one that we're going to talk about is the NEOS Exchange. Okay, what NEOS Exchange is, and like I said, we kept it with the NEOS family. What the NEOS Exchange is, it's similar to a marketplace. All right, we all know Infinii Marketplace. They closed that down. No issues whatsoever. That's fine, guys. We keep it moving. We've always had a marketplace in the works. Not everybody's always had access to it, but what we've done is we've opened up our NEOS Exchange to everybody. You don't need a password. You don't need a particular level to be at. None of that stuff. It's just an actual website that you'll be able to go in and grab products from if you choose. Everything is case packed and stuff like that. All right. So what I'm going to do is I'm not going to go through the entire site, but I'm just going to open it up and let you guys see what it looks like. All right. So this is the NEOS Exchange. It is live right now, so it's available for people to go out there and search around. Keep in mind the staff for the NEOS Exchange, they are continuously adding products. So some of the categories may be empty. We kind of went in there and cleared some stuff out. We did just go after ASD. ASD was just in Vegas not too long ago. So we had to clear out a bunch of stuff because we sold tons of items, right? So now we have to just add in some updates and refill the quantity. So every day that you go in there, you'll see a lot of updates. You'll see a lot of new products. The site will actually send out messages and let people know, hey, we've got new stuff out there. On this front screen here, it just has accessories for right now, but this will actually rotate and show you other products, some spotlight products, things like that, right? One thing that I really, really, really want you all to focus on is if you scroll down, it says wholesale for e-commerce sellers, okay? E-commerce sellers, this is you, okay? There's a way to use this site, all right? This is not Walmart. This is not Amazon. This is not Target. This is not Kmart. You're not going to get your items in 2 days. You have to understand that process, all right? The site, like I said, is open to anybody. You don't need to be linked to a particular company. It's open to the public. Anybody can come in there and buy. We don't require any of that information, nothing. All you need is a computer and a credit card and you're fine. So the site is available to everybody. We do have people that purchase our inventory for brick and mortar stores. Some of you guys probably didn't know that we do have members that have actual retail stores. All right. So a lot of this inventory is for them as well. Everything on here is sold as a case pack. If you're not familiar with what a case pack is, it's the actual box that the manufacturer places the items in. Okay. When manufacturers make things, if you've ever private labeled, if you've ever ordered in bulk, then you know that manufacturers do not produce one item at a time and just send one item per box, right? They send out a set amount of a particular SKU in a box that they decide. It could be 2, it could be 4, it could be 12, it could be 24, it could be 48, it could be whatever. They're various numbers, but they're based on whatever the manufacturer feels is necessary for that particular item. So in order to make everybody's life easier, everything on the website is sold in a case pack, period. Now, if the manufacturer puts 1 per box, then guess what? You can buy 1 per box, or, 1 of that particular unit. If the manufacturer has 6 in a case, the minimum that you'll be able to purchase is 6. And what you'll notice on the prices is the prices are already pre-formatted based on the number of items in that case. So when you click buy on something, you're not buying just 1. You're buying the entire case. And every listing should tell you how many come in that case. The handling time. I want to make sure that everybody's aware of this. Handling time is pretty much an automatic 7 days. Does that mean it's going to take 7 days to place that order or for the manufacturer to finally get that order out and moving? No. But it's a nice, healthy number to make sure that no one's thinking about an unrealistic time frame. We have to get out of the mentality of working with instant suppliers, right? Because nobody has a warehouse full of products that you're going to want at the drop of a dime. It doesn't exist. We're not Walmart. We're not Amazon. No one is, right? So there's always a limit as far as what can be done. Shipping times, all right? Shipping times to the warehouse is going to be about 6 to 10 days. Whenever we mention days, it's automatic, guys. They're business days. It's not weekends. It's not holidays. Business days, all right? And business days, just because today, like right now, it's technically a business day, but it's 8:30 where I'm at. There's no, real business right now that's doing our type of service that's going to be open right now. So there is a cutoff time. And for most businesses, it's going to be about 1 o'clock for the nature of this particular business. If your order comes in after 1 o'clock to that business, it's really pushed to the next day, right? Because they don't have enough time left in their working day to process your order, right? So there's always a cutoff time. And that's across the board. I'm sure everybody knows that. If you've ever ordered from Amazon, they always tell you, if you place your order by such and such time, we'll guarantee it on such and such date, right? It's no different than anywhere else, guys. So just keep that in mind when you're dealing with, orders that are being placed and you're trying to estimate when a product will come, all right? Refunds. There are no refunds, okay? Let me repeat that. There are no refunds, okay? there's no buyer's remorse. You don't go in there and buy something and then want to come back, 4 days later and want to return it. That's not how it works. A lot of times when you place an order with the manufacturer, and if you've never done this yourself, then you wouldn't know, but I'm letting you know. If you've ever placed an order with a reputable manufacturer, they do not accept returns. Not returns. They do not accept refunds. All right. You have to have a very, very legitimate reason as to why there would be a refund. And guys, 9 times out of 10, the only way that you would get a refund is if the product was delivered to you damaged. Okay. If the product was delivered to you damaged, or if they sent you the incorrect item. Okay. If yours does not fit into either of those categories, you don't just get an automatic refund. Okay. It is posted on the website. That means when people start trying to do the magical chargeback stuff, the site does have the ability to go back in there and fight the chargeback. Okay. I'm not sure if anybody ever has had a chargeback reversed on them, but it happens all the time as long as the site has the proper information and the refund policy is documented properly. So, once again, the refunds, there are none on there, okay? So the refunds are just non-existent. Now, if your product does arrive damaged, anything like that, then of course, that's another story. The other thing is if you have a cancellation or something like that, there's an automatic, I believe it's 25% cancellation fee. So if you just have to cancel for whatever reason, there's a flat out 25% that's coming out before the money gets credited back to you. Okay. The next thing is on the credits. Once again, we already talked about the damage during the shipment and stuff like that. But one thing to note is that if there is damage on an item, so of course the people who receive your items aren't going to know if there's damage until they actually get it, right? So when they get your items, if they do see damage, they will automatically credit your account. Okay. Oftentimes, it's not worth it for them to go back and forth with the supplier for 1 or 2 items that may have been crushed by a pallet or in the transportation process, right? So they'll automatically just credit your account for whatever items were damaged. If your orders are back ordered, if you're not familiar with what back ordered means, that basically means that the manufacturer took in too many orders, right? I can compare that to all of these airlines that you keep seeing all over Facebook that are kicking people off of planes or taking seats away from babies. That's because they overbooked their flight. They sold too many seats. Same thing happens with manufacturers. They sometimes orders come in so rapidly that their different sales representatives place them so quickly that at the very end of it, when they're reconciling, they're like, oh crap, we sold 1,000, but we only had 900. So that means the extra 100 is going to be on back order. If you happen to fall into that back order category, all right, 9 times out of 10, the team will automatically go in there and just credit your account. Once again, it's often not worth it for you to sit there and have your money tied up for a back-ordered item. Now, when that item comes back in stock, then you can always reorder it. Or if you want to hold on and keep that item open and just let it be on back order, that's totally an option as well. And the last thing is about the warehouse services, okay? You guys probably saw the other icon for Yalla services. Excuse me. We'll go over that in a minute as well. All right. So this particular website, the NEOS Exchange, I know that was a bit lengthy, but I wanted to make sure that you all were aware of what's going on. All right. But this particular website, once again, is open to anybody. It's not just NEOS related. It is NEOS branded, but it's not just for NEOS members. It's open to anybody in any company, any organization, even if somebody just wants to buy it off the street just because, right? So like I said, you can click on some of these different categories. I'm not going to go through them all. You all can do it yourself. Dig around in there. Like I said, there's going to be a lot of additional products being added. I know the guys were working on apparel and bags earlier. So there's going to be tons of backpacks and stuff like that. There's some school stuff that's going in there. And it's a bunch of name brand stuff. So one thing that they're not going to put in here is a bunch of just rinky-dink crap, for lack of a better term. Okay. All right. The other thing to note about these particular listings, no one's going to go in there and do the research for you. It's not happening, right? No one's going to go in there and guarantee you an ROI. It's not the white glove service. You're not going to be guaranteed a particular rank. You're not going to be guaranteed any of that stuff, guys. Some of these things that are sitting right here, you may not be able to make a penny on them, right? But you're going to have to figure that out. The staff at the NEOS exchange is not going to do that work for you. Compare this site to a Walmart or any other site where you have to go do the research yourself. So the same thing is going to apply here. You're ultimately responsible for finding out whether or not this item is profitable for you. I will say anybody that's out there and comfortable doing bundles, okay, the bundles, the bundle opportunity on this website is bonkers, okay? There's a lot of small pieces. There's a lot of small name brand licensed products. And I'm just going to say this, keep in mind, Christmas is coming up very, very soon. There's tons of stocking stuffers in here. What comes after Christmas? Valentine's Day. There's tons of stuff that you can put into Valentine's baskets. What comes after Valentine's Day? Easter. There's tons of stuff that you can put in Easter baskets, okay? So hopefully you see where I'm going with this so that you kind of know how to best use the site, okay? A lot of people see small items and they're like, I don't know about this. But if you know what you're working with, these things are priceless. A lot of this stuff you can find in the dollar bin at Target, and they're anywhere from $1 to $3. A lot of this stuff you can find at Walmart for $1 to $1.97, or sometimes $2.97. If you notice, some of these things like this, you have a case of 24 for $11.88. Okay, I'm not going to do the calculation for you, but if you divide $11.88 by 24, you can clearly see that that's well under $1, right? So I'm just going to go and leave it at that. So the site is here. It is up. You can go out there and order now. Keep in mind, there's more products being added daily. The next couple of categories that I believe they were working on, or they were updating, is apparel, bags, and school supplies, I believe. Okay, so I'm going to close that, and we're going to come back to NEOS Central. Okay, what you have here next is Yalla Services. Okay, Yalla Services is basically a warehouse that is made specifically for e-commerce sellers. Okay, it's specifically for e-commerce sellers. There is a partnership between the NEOS exchange and Yalla Services. Okay, what that means is you can actually purchase from the NEOS exchange, and you can correspond with them and let them know, hey, I want to work with the warehouse and have, Yalla Services process my inventory and so on and so forth. Or you can take NEOS exchange and have it mailed to your house. It's 100% up to you. Okay. So let's go into Yalla Services so we can come into this a little bit more in depth so you can see what it is exactly that's going on here. Okay, so Yalla Services, and for people that don't know, Yalla in Arabic means hurry up. Okay, do a little research on that one. Okay, so Yalla Services is a professional e-commerce warehouse. They receive inventory, they push it out. They also store inventory for people that want to drop ship. They have a heavy international clientele. Maybe some of us don't really realize, but we do have tons of international people that are selling on Amazon and eBay in the US. How do they do that, you might ask? Through warehouse services. Okay, so a lot of times our US domestic members and e-commerce sellers are the ones that aren't familiar with the warehousing opportunities and just what all they encompass, right? But the international folks got it down pat. They've been doing it for a long, long time. All right. So with Yalla Services, like I said, they will pretty much do anything that you want them to do, but there are some set guidelines on what they already offer. But like it says right here, they do offer ad hoc services. Okay. So I'm going to come up here and go to services. And if you see they're broken down into shipping and receiving, I guess I can just click on it. Duh. Okay. So you can, and guys, you can go through the site on your own time. I'm just going to touch on some highlights. Okay. So they do focus on shipping and receiving. That means that they will push products out. They will also receive products in. Okay. They do seller services. And also what a lot of people have been going after is engaging an arbitrage list. Okay. So I'm going to go into each of these kind of individually. So let's start with the shipping and receiving. All right. So with the shipping and receiving, they have a receiving section. In the receiving section, basically they can receive your pallets or they can receive boxes. Either one. Okay. Prep. They can prep anything that comes in there. So if your items are, maybe you order something from China, right? Your items can come in. They can get them. They can repackage them if you want them to. They can apply a sticker. They can do your Amazon fulfillment labels. They can do whatever you want. If you want a thank you note added into something, whatever, they'll do whatever you want them to do. It's your product. They're just doing whatever you want them to do. And of course they can ship. So they'll do standard postal service, UPS, DHL, FedEx, whatever's out there, right? They can also do freight. And by freight, I'm talking about a pallet, okay? They can also do international shipments, okay? So they can do small packages, or if you want to send a pallet international, more power to you. You know, it's going to be expensive, but, you know, that'll work. But they will receive, prep, and ship. If you scroll down, I'm not going to go through every single one, but their pricing is there. It's pretty much everything that you would, you know, need. If something else does pop up that you need a price on, of course, you can always go there, send a message, and they'll get back with you and, you know, answer whatever questions. Like I said, they also do store items for you. And when they store items for you, it's totally up to you. They do have a lot of items where people buy the item up front, put it on a shelf, and as the item is sold, they go out there and they, you know, let the warehouse service know and say, hey, this item, you know, sold to so-and-so in California. Can you mail this particular SKU out to them? And everything is handled. Okay. So like I said, I'll let you guys go through and dig through that. Let's move over to seller services. All right. So the seller services, all right, they will do custom images. What I mean by that, if anybody was at the Q4 Expo, we went over a lot of detail about taking your own pictures and the different, you know, options that you have out there. Well, if you don't want to do your own picture, or maybe you don't think that you're good at taking that or getting that awesome frame, right? The awesome frame of that particular image. The warehouse team can take care of your images for you. Listing assistance. There's a lot of times that people just really get discouraged with creating listings, whether they're on eBay, on Amazon, on Bonanza, on anywhere. But if you do get discouraged, the team can actually help you with that as well. And there is something called, Amazon Account Express. What that means is that if you, and be honest out there, how many times have you actually gone out there, gone shopping? You know, you went to a bunch of Walmarts, Dollar Tree, Five Below, all of this stuff. You came home with all of this awesome stuff, spread it out all over your living room, and left it there for weeks. Weeks and weeks and weeks and weeks, right? I know that some of you have done that, okay? I have done that, okay? Just because you've just done all of that shopping, and now it becomes a little bit overwhelming for some people, okay? It does become a little bit overwhelming. I've actually talked to members who've had inventory on their floor so long that they packed it back up in the bag that they bought it, and they put it into a closet or into another room. That's the worst thing that you could possibly do. The worst thing you could do. But what if you had a team that would actually go into your account and create your listings and your shipment for you? That's what the Amazon Account Express is. They'll actually you will set up an additional user on your account. You'll give them limited access, so they can't go in there and see your banking information. They can't change your disbursements. They can't see your personal information. They only have access to your inventory, right? And what they can do is go out there, create your shipments, push them out. You really don't have to do anything. So how easy of a process would that be, right? So like I said, those are options out there. So you can kind of dig through these. And if you have any questions, by all means, just send them a message. They'll answer them. Don't be frivolous with the questions because, you know, a lot of times, guys, there are people that have to sit there and read every single question. But, you know, kind of think about it before you send it. Just kind of make sure I put that out there. Let's going over to ungating and arbitrage. All right. Well, looks like that didn't update. But for ungating and arbitrage, what that basically is there are a lot of people out there that are paying ridiculous prices to get ungated in certain categories. One thing that this particular organization has been doing has been ungating people for, I would probably say the ungating started when this first started back in the end of 2014. So there's been quite a few people ungated in grocery and watches and handbags, things that are now open, guys. Back in the day, they were gated. Clothing and all that stuff used to be gated. Handbags, sunglasses, all that stuff used to be gated. So the ungating process that these guys have been working on actually started way back then. They can continuously get people ungated in grocery. I know that there is a discount offered if you have a reseller permit. So if you already have a reseller's permit, and guys, it's not mandatory, but if you do, they do offer a discount for that simply because it does make it easier to get ungated. All right. They have been very successful at getting people ungated in sub-level categories. If you're not familiar with what that is, and you have not been scanning enough, okay? But Amazon did lock up. So toys is an ungated category, but building blocks, infant toys, sports and outdoor toys are all sub-level gated, okay? So they have been very successful at getting people ungated in like infant toys and outdoor toys and stuff like that. The prices are a little bit up there, but you know, it is what it is. It's a lot of work to get you ungated. It's a lot of customization, but what that does is it keeps you from having to go out and purchase a bunch of inventory just to get an invoice from a reputable supplier to turn that into Amazon, just to have them come back and say that you're still not approved. So that's kind of the reasoning behind that. The arbitrage list, okay? These have been very, very popular. Okay, so what this organization will do is actually create and push out an arbitrage list every single week. They've been doing this for quite some time as well. So the arbitrage list pop out. They normally have between 15 to 20 items on there. Okay, it's released weekly. These are items, guys, if you are ever going to spend money on an arbitrage lists are not meant to just sit in your inbox. They're meant for you to get them. The day that you get them, you're supposed to go through all the listings and see if anything is meeting your criteria. You need to go out there and purchase these things ASAP. An arbitrage list is basically a list that shows you an Amazon listing and a location like a Walmart, Kohl, Target, Kmart, whatever, that has a product that you can sell on Amazon. You can buy it from the other site, get it mailed to you, push it to Amazon FBA, and you're making a killer profit on it. But it's very, very limited, okay? These are things, once again, you have to act on quickly. We have a question. How many people will receive the list? No more than 100 people ever receive the same list. And depending on the stock levels, they can drop that list or that number of people from 100 down to 50. So it kind of just varies. On the sites, they will let you know. It kind of just depends. So like when you go in and request an arbitrage list, they can let you know, hey, we're out. Or they can, you know, basically put it on the website and say, we've got 4 left, that type of thing, right? So once again, guys, arbitrage lists are something that you don't sit on. You actually go in there and you attack immediately. With those arbitrage lists, you do have the ability, once again, you're getting it from a warehouse that can process that for you. So if you don't want to have 5 million Walmart boxes show up at your door, you can send it to the warehouse. The warehouse will give you a custom ID, meaning that when you get those items mailed to the warehouse, they know that it's yours and not Nicole's, right? Or not Norman's. They know that it's your product, okay? So, oh, one more. The Dollar Tree pickup. That's something that's very popular. It's become very popular in the last year or so. Let me just explain what that is really quickly. If you've ever purchased items from DollarTree.com, then you know that if you do not get those items shipped to a Dollar Tree, an actual location, you have to pay I believe it's UPS or FedEx shipping to get those items to your house. And that price is astronomical. We ordered a ton of a particular product and the UPS charge was like $250. Crazy. But it was free to send it to the dollar store, to the actual Dollar Tree location. So the warehouse will actually go and pick up whatever products you have at Dollar Tree. Now, I don't recommend that you just buy, you know, a handful of products and then request for them to go out there and get it. They have to get a vehicle, a truck, to go out there and pick up your products. Like an actual person has to go get them. It's not worth it for you or them to go pick up a box, right? Not worth it. Now, we do have members that tend to go buck wild on DollarTree.com. I am one of them, and I don't know what one box looks like, but I do know what 3 or 4 U-boats look like, right? So if you're in that boat, right, if you're one of those that buy a tremendous amount from Dollar Tree, we do have the ability for you to order your items from the site, and have them shipped to a particular Dollar Tree, the warehouse team will actually go out there and grab your products for you and bring them back. And that cost out there is for no matter how many boxes you get, whether it's 50 or 100 or 200 or whatever. So that's a pretty cool option that you're not going to find anywhere else, right? So that's the whole Yalla services. So now you know what that is. If you come back here, we do have another option that's coming up later on in the future. Okay. So that's what the e-commerce is, guys. We're going to go over to events now. All right. The events, as you guys have known, we've been doing the Business Growth Summit every January. This past June, we implemented our very first Q4 Expo. And what that did was basically take over the spot of the boot camp, the Q4 boot camps that we've done for the last 2 or 3 years. Okay, so we've taken that online format from the boot camp and we moved it over to an actual event that was pretty hands-on. It was pretty cool to see a lot of people in there packing their own shipments. They were using the little photo booth that we had to take images. There were people in there using that. People were shrink wrapping. It was really cool to see. So we did have a huge pile of boxes that went out to Amazon. It was awesome. All right, so we have the next upcoming No Excuses Business Growth Summit. It has been set in stone. Contracts have been signed. Locations have been decided. Speakers are off the chain. But that has been set. It is going to be January 12th through 14th. The business summits are always in Houston. So let's actually take you to the website. All right. So the link for this is noexcusesgrowthsummit.com. All right. noexcusesgrowthsummit.com. And it tells you once again, January 12th through the 14th. It will be in Houston. You guys can kind of read through some of this yourselves. The itinerary is already up there. All right. We will get a little bit more detailed as we go on. Okay. But let's go over some of the presenters. Okay. Because the presenters that we have, we're super excited about this, guys. I hope that you all are ready for the people that are going to be here. All right. Really, really hoping that you guys, before I even start bringing in some of the speakers, how many of you on this chat are ready to come to Houston, are planning to come to Houston for this event? Awesome. Awesome. And we cannot wait. If any of you guys were in Houston for this last event, okay, I'm not talking about the Baltimore event. I'm talking about the last Business Growth Summit, okay? If any of you guys were there, then you all know that we had the party of all parties on Saturday night, that we turned that hotel inside out to the point that we had to delay Sunday's activities by 2 hours. By 2 hours. We actually had to go and put signs on all the doors to say that we were not starting for 2 hours, guys. We had a blast. We had a blast, all right? So that's not going to change. It's actually going to get better, okay? I'm super excited about that. And that's why we're starting a lot earlier. Last time, I don't believe we started till about November. Guys, it's August. You've got plenty of time to make your arrangements, to get your flights down packed, all of that stuff, guys. You've got tons of time. Do not miss the next summit, okay? We turn it out in Houston every single time, period. You need to be there. Okay. So I've said that. Let's get back into the site. So let's go into the speakers. Like I said, we have been consistent. One thing that Team NEOS has always promoted is consistency in your business, in your drive, in your attack of your goals. It's being consistent. Guys, because we have been so consistent, we have continuously attracted premium speakers. We have continuously attracted more and more people that are eager to come be at our events, that are eager just to come to be at a grassroots function. We're not some big $1 million place. We're not going to have, I'll just let you know now, we're not going to have LEDs and all the rest of this crap. I'm not having balloons falling out the ceiling. I'm not going to have a cannon gun shooting glitter in your face. I'm not going to use that money for that. No. We use it for content. We use it for your environment. We use it to feed you, okay? We try to do as best as we can to keep you from having to be inconvenienced, okay? So, all right. I've beaten around the bush enough. Let's go into some of the speakers. So take a look at this list so far. All right. I can't fit everybody on the page. All right. We got AJ down here, but AJ, we love you, but I gotta scoot up a little bit. How many of you people have ever heard of the wealthiest goat farmer in America? Okay. If you have not heard of that, that is Dana Derricks. Dana Derricks will be a presenter at our event. Okay. He is a multiple seven-figure earner, not just on e-commerce, but he is a master copywriting professional. This guy is amazing. Okay. So if you don't know who he is, by all means, go out there and do some research on him and you will be amazed. Like I told him, you had me at goats. I'm infatuated with goats. Love them. Okay. And he is a goat farmer. He's got 2 stars in my book. Okay. This next individual, Jesse Singh. How many people at this point in time don't know who Jesse Singh is? Okay. If you don't, slap yourself. He is one of the most awesome bloggers, affiliate marketers, period. And he's just continuing to get better and better and better and better. But he's a wealth of information. This guy is awesome. If you've ever been able to have a conversation with him, speak with him, he's just an amazing person. Okay. Joy Packard. Joy is awesome. Okay. Joy was at our last event. And she pretty much turned the house down again. She's got some awesome information. She's, I'm having a brain fart here. She showed everybody how to do, Nicole, what's the word? It's at the tip of my tongue. Virtual assistants. There you go. Virtual assistants. I was like, it's right here. It won't come out. But yeah, she uses VAs like no other. She's been to China multiple times, to the Canton Fair. She's got tons of private label products. If you don't follow her, slap yourself again. Follow her. She's got some awesome information to share. But she will be there to spread her wealth of information on all of our attendees. The amazing Keisha Bass, okay? If you don't know this woman, I'm going to tell you to slap yourself just across the board. Just across the board, guys. She is awesome. She is the social media queen, period. She runs My Pop Academy, okay? She also was running the Millionaires in Stilettos because Keisha is known for those heels, okay? This woman will tell you so much about business, not stuff that she's just learned, stuff that she's done. She's an amazing person to just interact with. She's very down to earth, and she is a wealth of information as well, okay? Becky Timms, come on, the Amazon queen, are you kidding me? Becky's got products in Walmart. I'm not talking about on Walmart.com. I'm talking about walking into Walmart. Becky has gotten a product into Walmart. She is awesome. She is a wealth of information. Again, check, okay? If you all were at the Q4 Expo, then you saw her presentation on how to find products that make $50 a day and then how to double it and triple it, quadruple it, so on and so forth. So she's got tons and tons and tons of information, okay? Jock T. Morris, Atlanta's own shirt and tie guy, all right? Jock is one heck of a motivational speaker. On top of that, he's also one heck of an affiliate marketer and business builder. One thing that you guys have to understand is that the Growth Summit is not here just to teach you how to sell more on eBay. It's here to teach you how to build your business, okay? There's going to come a certain point in your business where you have to start learning how to run a business, okay? Sitting behind a computer and just hacking away at a listing tool is not running a business. There's a lot that comes with it, right? It's going to come into the taxes. I mean, you may have legal stuff at one point. There's a lot of stuff, you know, your finances. There's a lot that comes into running a business. So our business expo is there to teach you how to grow your business in general. So it's not just geared towards e-commerce sellers, right? If you've got people who do other online businesses, it would be perfect for them. Don't get discouraged if you see a lot of marketers or people showing you how to promote. Remember, you will promote pretty much the same way to recruit somebody that you will to have somebody buy your product. Okay. A lot of you should be starting to strive to get past eBay and Amazon and start building your own websites. But guess what? You're not going to get any traffic to your websites unless you master the art of running traffic, paid ads, social media. These people on this panel there's no one better. Okay. No one better at this. We've got June Collier. This guy is awesome at business finances, at getting you to a point where you need to be in your business. All right. Really, really super excited to have him there so that he can share his information with everybody in attendance. Guys, I'm so stoked about this. You got no idea. Bruce McElhaney. This is one of my close personal friends. Love this guy. Love his wife. They're awesome people. It took me to see this face to face. Okay. Bruce is the best I've seen at face-to-face marketing. Okay. And like I said, guys, it's not just about bringing somebody into your business. Bruce has his own jerky line, beef jerky. Well, I don't want to say beef jerky because he sells jerky from all over the place. But he's got his own jerky line, and he's single-handedly gone all around the Dallas-Fort Worth area in his car and gotten his jerky into tons of retail locations. Okay? What does that say to you? That says that you could do that with any of your products as well. Okay? Any of your products as well. So this is why we've got the people that we have presenting at this event. It's not just to go get you to go recruit 500 more people into Infinii. No. The information that they're going to share with you at this event, like I said, guys, can be used not just for bringing in people to an affiliate opportunity, but to bring people to your products, to bring in sales. Remember, I'm going to repeat this again. You promote and market the same way to get a person to join your opportunity that you do to get that same person to buy your product. I don't care if that product is on eBay, on Amazon, Bonanza, or Shopify. You need to learn the art of how to sell. All right. And that's what these people are going to do for you. It's going to be awesome. I'm not going to go into great depth with these individuals here because I would hope that you know who we are by now. Okay. We are going to have more speakers. We do have some in the works that we're just waiting for a hard yes from before we start promoting them out there to you all. But guys, we're super excited about this. We have a killer lineup. Very, very excited about being able to share the stage with these people, share the room with these people. Okay. Similar to our last event, we are going to have a dinner on Friday night that is only for the speakers and the leadership and also for a certain tier of ticket holder. And that, of course, is going to be the all-star ticket holder. So we do this for a reason because we only offer a limited amount of those tickets. And what that does is it allows you to go sit at the dinner table with people like Dana Derricks, with Joy Packard, with Bruce, with Keisha, with Jesse, with Jock. You know, it's going to allow you to interact with these people. We're actually going to have a little mini meet and mingle session with all of them, and all of the all of the all-stars are all going to be able to have a little session out there. There's going to be a little bar, and then they're going to take them in there and have a private dinner. And then everybody will go out into the main meet and mingle later on that evening. But guys, it's going to be a killer opportunity. All right. I will say this. The tickets are a little bit higher than they were before. We have to pay for a bigger venue. And we've got tons, when I say tons more, added into the itinerary. It's going to be nuts. And like someone mentioned earlier, I think it was Valerie, we do feed the heck out of you. Because at any of our meet and mingles, at the party, we've got hors d'oeuvres for days. There's drinks. We do serve lunch on Saturday. So you don't have to leave the venue. We have worked out discounts for the hotel restaurant. So for dinner on Saturday night or even dinner on Friday night, if you want to eat there, then we have worked out discounts for all of our attendees. On top of that, if you book your room through our hotel link, you actually will get 2 breakfast tickets for each day that you're there, which is going to be crazy because you're basically, you're looking at saving $15 a head for breakfast. So that's something that we've also negotiated in there with the hotel. So once again, staying at the hotel, you're going to get unprecedented access to everybody because everybody will be there. You're also going to get 2 breakfast tickets per day per room. Okay. And that doesn't matter whether you're in a king or a double. So even if you have a king suite, you're still getting 2 breakfast tickets. Okay. Also, the hotel does have free airport shuttles. Okay. The hotel is only a few miles away from Bush Intercontinental Airport, which is the biggest airport in Houston. So we're right down the street from that. And, we are looking at having for those who don't jump off and leave really early. All right. Keep in mind that Monday, I believe, is a holiday. Okay. So if you don't have to run off home at Sunday afternoon sometime, then stay until Monday. The hotel link they gave us 3 days before and 3 days after. Go ahead and stay until Monday. Relax. We're scheduling some events for after the event on Sunday, where we can actually go out and maybe do some team building type exercises. There's a lot of stuff to do in the area. And we're looking at incorporating transportation. So if we do another, outside of the event type of, party, not party, but, session, I guess you can say, we are looking at having transportation for that. The hotel has given us, again, another reason why we love this place is they have basically given us their shuttles to use to take people back and forth if we decide to do a live shopping trip. So if we want to go to Five Below or Dollar Tree, we'll have transportation there as well. So that way people aren't trying to hunt down an Uber or rent a car, any of that stuff. So we are going to work on the shuttles. So we are providing transportation. So guys, there's going to be a just wealth of information shared. There's going to be a great time there. The NEOS exchange will be set up there on site. There is going to be a slight difference with the setup there. And we can go into that later on. So if you do get anything from the, Five Below trip or whatever, if you just go on your own time, you can actually bring that inventory back and, there'll be a whole setup in a completely different room for you to go and create your shipments and get it out. All right. So you can actually pack all that up there and push it out there. All right, guys. So super awesome. We're super excited. All-star lineup. Stoked about this. We hope you're excited. We have worked very, very, very hard on getting all this stuff together for everybody and making sure that we've got premium opportunities, that we've put on premium events. This event is going to be like no other. Like I said, every event has grown and gotten better. We've taken all the feedback that all of the attendees have given us, and it is just going to just continue to increase. All right. So I'm going to go back here to our NEOS Central because I have given you guys a mouthful. I hope I answered a lot of questions for you guys. I hope I dispelled a lot of the rumors and stuff like that. Nicole, you got something to add?
Yeah, I was just going to ask you, can you go back to that page and show the itinerary real quick?
Yep, hold on.
And I was just going to add, this event, we were honored to have, we've invited people to be speakers and people have wanted to be speakers, but to have others reach out to us and truly want to be, to speak at our event, to have 7-figure earners approach us and say, we want to speak at your event. We're excited. I just want you guys to know that that is awesome. So if you look at the itinerary again, as Nikki was saying, we've got stuff happening Friday night, especially for the All-Stars, but we also have that mix and mingle, which we're going to have some amazing hors d'oeuvres that Friday night. We have, you're going to, if you're staying at the hotel, you're going to get pretty much breakfast, lunch, and dinner, like all the time, pretty much, because we're going to have hors d'oeuvres Friday night. You're going to get breakfast coupons for Saturday morning. You're going to have lunch on us. You're going to have hors d'oeuvres, dinner at the party. If for those who know, we had a lot of food at the party.
Ooh.
The next morning, you're going to have breakfast coupons again. And so lunch is going to pretty much be on you. It's going to be an amazing, amazing weekend. And it is going to be better than Maryland. It's going to be better than what we did in January in Houston. It really is. You have no idea. I'm excited about this event. It is going to be 10 times better than it was before. So better than anything we've done before. Plus we have these amazing speakers who approached us and said, we want to speak at your event. So I'm excited.
I'm excited. I'm excited. I am so booking the same DJ. It's not even funny because he kept the floor packed. So yeah, guys, I'm super stoked about this. We will be adding more detail to the itinerary as we get closer. Like I did mention, we are looking at putting the shopping trip in there for Friday early afternoon. And we are going to be providing the transportation to and from that shopping trip. And then if you check down on Sunday evening, remember, if you don't have to leave on Sunday, you don't have to rush out. You know, Monday's a holiday for some people, I guess. If you don't have to hurry up and get home, then we are planning another group outing Sunday afternoon. So it'll be something fun. Okay, know that much. It will be something fun. All right, so we're not going to be in a huge rush with this event to get everybody just in and out, none of that stuff. So like I said, you've got plenty of time right now. If you can plan to stay a little bit longer or anything like that, guys, don't be in such a rush. People tend to sit around and network. And if you've ever been to a live event, you know the hottest content that you can get sometimes is by the people that you interact with. Just on little side conversations and stuff like that. So, you know, take advantage of it. It's going to be a very, very good time for everybody. Super, super stoked about this. We've started very early. You've got plenty of time. I will say, once again, the early birds are out there right now. So the pricing you have out there is early bird. Those early birds go up October 31st at 11:55 p.m. Central Time. Okay, so those prices are only good until the end of October. We're not extending that. We're not doing any of that stuff. It's that time and date period. So you've got ample time. It's the beginning of August, right? You've got plenty of time. Make your plans. Get it done. If you are coming, guys, do not delay in getting your hotel room. You've seen the caliber of speakers that we have. These speakers are also promoting to their following, their lists, okay? The reason why we share this event with our members first is so that you guys don't have to wait until everybody else knows to jump on the bandwagon. No, we wanted to share this with you all first so that you have ample time to go in there and knock everything out, right? You need to grab your hotel room ASAP, okay? You need to grab that hotel room ASAP. And just make sure that you just attack it, okay? Do not let that slip through your fingers. Because the thing is, once those rooms are gone, we cannot guarantee that the hotel is going to be able to give us any more, okay? Not at that, excuse me, not at that rate, and not with the comps that they've given us, right? So if we get an extension of the rooms, you may not get the free breakfast, okay? And that's, like I said, breakfast for every day that you're staying there. You may not get that if we have to extend out or get a secondary block of rooms, okay? And then worst case scenario, they may not have any more rooms. So do not delay on booking your room. We're going to continue to let you know that. Do not delay on booking your room. Get that ASAP, all right? Because that's one thing that we cannot create any more of, all right? So we are limited on the rooms, and same thing, we are limited on the amount of All-Star tickets that we will have out there and the VIP tickets that we have out there. The reason that we're limiting those is to increase the experience of those individuals, okay? Remember, the All-Stars are going to have the opportunity to have a private session with all of the speakers. You can't beat that. 7- and 8-figure earners? Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? That's nuts. That's absolutely nuts to be able to just sit there and chat with them. Also, the All-Stars do have 2 bonus sessions, and the VIPs have an additional bonus. I mean, they have 1 bonus session. The All-Stars will also get extra access to the NEOS Exchange. So they actually start their access on Friday. The VIPs will start to get their access on Saturday, and the general admission folks will have access on Sunday. So we will have tons more perks, and we'll add those onto the site as we get closer to the event. But once again, guys, make sure that you do not delay. Grab your hotel. Put in your request to be off at work if you need to. do not wait until the last minute for this. This is going to be an awesome event. Super, super excited about that. All right. So hopefully we've cleared up all of that. I'm going to come back here. And, once again, there's recap. NEOScentral.com is going to be our hub for everything. We're actually going to put the link to the NEOS training site, the Team NEOS training site. It's going to be on here. We're going to house everything on here. For the events, if you're ever looking, you come under the events tab, if you're ever looking for our regional learn and earns, okay, these are the ones that Nicole and Rashida do in Dallas. We do them down here in Houston. Tiffany does them in Atlanta. Norman and Miranda have them in Florida. LaSherry and Sandra have been doing them in Chicago, okay? So if you ever want to see when the next one is, maybe it's going to be in your area, you can click down here and it'll take you to the team fan page where we tend to have events listed with all of the relevant information out there. All right. So guys, make sure that you're staying proactive with your business. Make sure that you're staying involved with the team. There's a lot of awesome things coming out here for you. And like I said, hopefully we expelled some of the rumors and stuff like that. Let you know what's going on 100%. And if there's any questions, if there's any comments, any concerns, let us know in the group. Reach out to a leader. We'll address everything. And we look forward to the rest of this year, guys. We really, really look forward to have a very, very good quarter four for 2017 and just start off the year with a bang, 2018, starting off fresh in the beginning of January with the No Excuses Summit. So, guys, we really look forward to seeing everybody there. And don't wait, don't delay. Like I said, make sure you get in there and grab your hotel rooms and your tickets and stuff like that. And I'm going to go ahead and end it unless, Nicole, you got anything else to add?
I want to add one thing. So for all of you that are here, first of all, we're glad that you're here. We're glad that you're part of Team NEOS. We're glad that you have stayed with Team NEOS. We have been consistent in e-commerce, as Nikki said at the beginning. And as you can see, NEOS is growing. NEOS is expanding. And we are going to be an amazing, powerful group of e-commerce professionals, as we continue to grow and develop in our business and as we continue to expand in all of the services that NEOS has to offer as compared to anything else that's out there. So I just want to encourage you, if your account's not active, reactivate it. But second, also, make sure you stay active in your business. We're about to go into Q4 and stay plugged into NEOS because we're not going anywhere. We are not going anywhere. We are here to support you. We're here to serve you. We've been really busy since we came back from Maryland in our own personal lives and trying to work through all of the challenges that is just being a human. And and I say that, I laugh about that, but it is so true. And then making sure that we're doing what we can to support you in your businesses so that you can take advantage of all of the perks that are going to come with Q4. The last thing that I wanted to add is that, we're going to be focused on all of these things for the next 4 weeks. And then you'll see, we still have recordings we're going to be doing for Q4. Those who bought the recording, we're going to be putting some recordings in the library. For over the next 4 to 6 weeks, we'll add some additional recordings. So you'll have those recordings for your Q4. And then you're going to see us start to focus very heavily on our businesses. So we want to make sure that you have all the support and the services that you need to be successful in this business as we all begin to focus 1,000% on Q4. So that was all I wanted to add.
Absolutely. Cool beans. All right, guys. So we're going to go ahead and close it out, and we will post the link for the recorded webinar back in the group. So if you miss anything, you can actually go back in there and check it out. Like I said, all the sites that we visited are all live. They're all up. They're all ready for you to interact with. If you are wanting information on the Yalla services, all you have to do is click down there and email them. They don't really put a lot of their products for you to purchase online. The reason being is because, you never know how many products you're going to have or how many boxes you're going to have or any of that stuff. So it's kind of done on a individual basis with your individual order. So that's why those aren't out there. They do operate via Square or PayPal, which is basically just a credit card. So we'll leave it at that, guys. All righty. I see some reservations are already being made. I'm scared of y'all. All right. So So we'll get this link out there. Remember, don't hesitate. Grab your hotels, grab your tickets, especially if you're going for the All Stars, because those are going extremely fast given who we have coming to this event. I will say we also have a few more presenters in the works, and when we finally get those hammered out, you guys are going to just pass out. It's craziness, okay? Craziness. So we'll leave it at that, and thank you guys for sharing some of your evening with us. You got something else?
Yeah, where are we going to? I don't know. We're going to put this recording somewhere, so we'll make sure
It's
that.
actually a link. Yeah, it's a URL, so you'll be able to put it wherever.
Okay, all right. So
Cool.
for those who were not here for the entire thing, we will have access to the recording.
All righty, y'all. Have a good evening.